Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on which part of the world you're listening in from. I'm not quite sure where you are, but nonetheless, I'm Myrna Loy, aka Dark Shades. I run a magazine called Blackbright News, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing these vlogs about relationships designed really to bring some unity between partners, because there seems to be a lack of tolerance with relationship and a lack of understanding. So that can depend on a variety of things. And for this video, it's about, if you knew what I'd been through, you wouldn't want to know me. A lot of people think that way. I guess somebody who's looking at this video might have that kind of feeling, that if people really knew what I was like, they wouldn't want to know me. If they knew what I'd been through, they wouldn't speak to me. And you know what that does? It makes you feel bad about yourself. It lowers your self-esteem. When people come in the room, you lower your head or you lower your eyebrows. You don't make eye contact because you feel as though you're worthless. You feel as though everybody knows what you've been through, and therefore they're judging you by it. I did make a similar video earlier on, but this is really about you, because unless you come to terms with what you think of yourself, you're not going to be able to cope with the imaginary thoughts you think other people are having of you. Now, because of the stigmas and everything that goes on, there will be things that have happened to you that you won't want anybody to know. You don't need to have anybody know your business. Why would you? So in that essence, it's not necessary to feel bad about it. If you grew up in a Christian household, you may feel guilty about some of the things you've done. If you've been a thief, or if you've been a prostitute, or what else could you have done? Well, there's lots of things you could have done wrong, morally wrong, and certain people would judge you for it. Some guys, I was watching a movie the other day, and this woman had been raped. Now, she was raped when she was 16, I believe, and she got married and everything, and she was living her life, but somebody came into the room while her husband was at work and raped her again. And she found it difficult to confide in her husband, but in the end she did tell him, and he was quite supportive. But when he found out that she'd been raped when she was 16, he said to her, "How could you have let that happen to you twice? It must have been something that you're doing. Men don't just go around raping people." And it just took away all her confidence. The marriage broke down after that and everything. But that's why you should be able to tell your husband certain things. But there again, I would have thought that would have come into the equation before you got married, so he would understand if you weren't responding in a certain way to certain things. He'd have some kind of understanding why that was. But if you keep that a secret and you choose to keep it a secret, that's up to you. Because people do judge. They judge all the time. They can't help judging. They judge you for your skin. They judge you for your age. They judge you for your sexual orientation. And they judge you for your lifestyle. They even judge you from the way you dress. They judge you. That's all they do. They spend their life judging. So you cannot spend your life catering to people who are judgmental, because if it's not one thing, it'll be something else. So you need to try to understand that things that happen are not always your fault, and it's something that you'll have to come to terms with. It's not anything that anybody can help you with, I'm afraid. You can have counselling and therapy if it's bothering you too much, if it's affecting your relationships, if you're feeling judged by people, if you're getting paranoid about things, because it plays itself out in so many ways. Sometimes you think, oh, they're looking at me that way because they know something. Or I wonder if that person told that person's told that person, and blah, blah, blah. So you start getting a bit paranoid. But the most important thing is that even if people know what you've been through, it doesn't mean that they're going to like you less. I mean, when you think about Oprah Winfrey, look what she went through. You know, there's celebrities out there who've been through the mill, you know, and back, and they're still on top, and people love them, and they love them because of their experiences. So all you need to do is see how you can make your experience a better one, a better memory, so that you're not filled with resentment, hostility, anger, and lack of forgiveness, and that you can start a new world, a new life over. Being a better person with better dreams and better aspirations. That's all for now. Bye.